Hey guys, this is Vish from NashbyGaming, and today we're going to be going over how you can use Mei on Hanamura. So, of course, Mei is very viable on many maps, but she's especially good on Hanamura. One of the most important uses of Mei Wall is on the first choke point. So, this is a very infamous choke point for being very hard to get through, and very easy to defend. And Mei is incredibly good at defending this choke point. So say, for example, the enemy Rhine comes through. So what you can do, if you actually press E twice, you can actually change the length of your wall, whether it goes sideways or front to down. So say the Reinhardt comes through the choke. Then I'll be waiting right here, and I'll immediately wall him off from the rest of our team. So therefore, he's isolated from the rest of his team, and we can finish him off, making it a 5v6 before the thing even starts. Okay, so another very important use for the Mei Wall is actually the diagonal Mei Wall. So again, if you press E twice, you can make it into a diagonal structure. So if you Mei Wall diagonally, then you actually split the team off like this. So this means that half of their team is on this side and half of their team is on that side. This means that their supports can't get to them when they're on one side, so therefore you can isolate them and eliminate them, therefore winning the team fight. Okay, so another thing that you can do with Mei Walls is actually propel teammates up the places that they couldn't normally be. So for example, this Bastion over here. So we're actually bringing him up to this high ground here, where he has a better vantage point on the enemies down below, and it will be harder for the enemies to hit him. So for example, right here, he's battling the Reinhardt over there, and there's little that the Reinhardt could actually do against the Bastion, since Reinhardt is a very close range character, and in this position, Bastion is very hard to hit and very long range. So you can do this with many other characters such as Soldier 76, and it can give them a very good advantage. Another example of using Mei to propel teammates to positions that are better. So here I propel the Bastion up, and he actually goes up to this position, which is very advantageous for him as he has an aerial view on the entire choke and the entire situation for the first point. So now we're going on to point here. Again, the Bastion or the Soldier, whichever you choose, can also get up here and he can rain havoc upon the whole point, and that can be incredibly useful when you're trying to defend a point, and it can be game changing. So another important place where you can use your Mei Wall is on defense on this high ground. So this high ground is where most teams hold out, and it's very important as it allows you to look on to the entire point. So many attack teams will actually try to capture your position from the high ground right over here. So with the Mei, you can turn the tides of battle. So right after one enemy walks through, you can actually wall the choke off like we did at the first point. So this allows you to isolate the enemies and kill them, separating the team and therefore winning the team fight all on your own. If you can perfect this, you can potentially win team fights and guarantee that you hold this high ground. Another thing that you can use your Mei Wall for is to actually set up your ultimate. So right over here, as we've said before, this is a very important place to hold when you're on defense, and so the attackers normally come in bunches over here. So if you wall off behind them as they come here, you can actually set up a perfect ultimate, as many teams still be frozen and they won't be able to retreat, and your team can therefore go and kill them. Another important use of Mei when the enemy team is attacking on center is actually positioning yourself right above the choke point here. So this gives you high ground, and it allows you to build a wall right as the opponent comes through. So for example, right over here, the Reinhardt is going to walk through, and when he walks through, I can immediately wall up, and he's going to be isolated from his team. So right up here, I can take pot shots on him while my team takes care of him and makes it a 5v6. Therefore, we basically win the team fight and staggers him out. Okay, so another way that you can exploit Mei's Wall is actually through stalling out the point and stalling out the game. So say like lots of the enemy are on point. So what you can do, you can actually Mei Wall yourself up into a corner where all of the enemies can't see you. So you can stay in this corner for some time, and then right after that happens, just go into your shift, and this will come for a little time. Then all you have to do is survive for another second, and then you just wall yourself again into the point. Well, it's been Vish from NashbyGaming, and thank you so much for watching. If you're looking forward to watching more videos like this, please subscribe and like for more.